What up, fellow Clashers, and welcome to another episode of Dat Boy Gaming. We're currently sitting at 3390 trophies, which if you watch some of the previous videos, would be a little bit less than what we've had in the past. So, what we're doing now is giving you a little bit of an overview of the clan battle chest, as well as a quad elite barbarian deck, with the hog rider as well. In this, I had the pleasure of playing with one of my clanmates, also Austin, who happens to also be one of my best friends. So let's go ahead and start with this battle against and Top. So kind of going back with what I had said before with Austin being one of my best friends, there are many benefits to playing with someone literally right next to you. One of them being communication. You're able to better communicate pushes with one another. So, for example, someone throws down a goblin barrel and both of you have the log. You don't have to worry about them placing the log down at the same exact time as you, because you can communicate that. You can also build up better pushes together. You can find out how much elixir that your claymate has. And for example, like that, we were able to do a double hog rider push right there, taking them down to 1382. So, like I said, if you do have the option, or you do have friends to play Clash Royale with you, especially in a clan, I highly suggest playing with them at the same room, at least on the phone or something, because there are so many benefits to being able to play. So here's an example of that quad elite barbarian push coming on. So we're going to end up pushing both of the lanes with those elite barbs, and we are going to end up taking that left tower because they didn't have enough elixir to push back. That Electro Wizard is going to take a few shots on their crown tower, or their king tower. And we're going to go ahead and start pushing up the right side of that lane again, getting a couple shots off on that right archer tower, taking it down to 1856. So at this point, they only had one of our towers down to 1478, so it was pretty obvious that we were going to win, taking out the musketeer with the goblin gang. And now we're throwing down the hog rider with the electro wizard, as well as a princess. This was a deadly push, and taking them down to what I think was about 1,000. Yeah, about 1,000. So that Inferno Tower, unfortunately, was placed way too late to be effective at all. But now, using those elite barbs that we countered that wizard with, is now going to take that tower down to 151 with that log, and throwing down that final fireball to get the 3 crown win. So, and that was the very first match that we had played in this challenge. So let's go ahead and move on to another replay, our second match, which was against Zakai and Pito El Tremible. So this battle was definitely harder than our first one. But let's go ahead and open up our decks. They are going to use a Lava Hound deck, which, thankful enough, we did have the Inferno Tower, and I do believe that both of us have the Inferno Tower. They did place that baby dragon a little bit too soon, at least for my liking. Because it would end up getting targeted by the Inferno Tower rather than having the Lava Hound soak up all the damage that you want it to soak up. That's why it has so many health points, because it is literally the air golem. So we're going to go ahead and throw down our Goblin Gang. Unfortunately, he does have the arrows, so it's going to take that out. And they're going to do a Skeleton Army Goblin Gang. As you can see right there, it will take all of that out with just the log. And it's probably just an issue of miscommunication on their part. So that's another example of being able to play next to someone else and allowing some better pushes. and better countering. That fireball was placed really, really well, being able to split that baby dragon and that elite barbarian. If we didn't do that, we probably would have been down to about in the low hundreds in terms of health. So using that elite barbarian hog rider push, we're able to take their tower down to about 633, and the goblin gang is going to take that miner out really quick. So he just used 3 elixir trying to take out our goblins, and we still have 2 very full health elite barbs that are going to be able to take out that tower fairly easily, despite that minion horde being placed down. So these 2 are using the clone spell, which hasn't been used a whole lot recently, at least since the past update. The clone spell has been used a lot more for YouTubers, trying to see like insane amounts of troops that people can put down, and has kind of lost its practicality. I know everybody got super excited whenever it came out in the first place, but I really think that it needs some type of buff for it to be useful again. At least have the clone troops have more than 1 hit point. So with 10 seconds winding down and that lava hound coming up, they are not going to be able to take out that archer tower to tie up the game. So that's it. We only got a 1 crown win off of them, so they did play it much better than the players that we had played before. But let's jump into one final 2v2 against John Doug and Clash of Thor. Let's go ahead and pull up the decks that we're using. These players were using a combination of Hog Rider, Valkyrie, and the Royal Giant, which would pose to be a problem. Throwing down the Hog Rider, they're going to throw down Barbarians and Minions. Unfortunately, neither Austin nor myself had a Fireball on us at the time, so we weren't able to take care of those Barbarians as soon as we would have liked. And that Royal Giant's going to take a lot of damage off of our tower. But here's another great example of the quad elite barbarian push. If they did not have that freeze, I feel like this would be much more difficult. So they're going to use a zap and an electro wizard to try and stop that push. But we still have another elite barbarian going to town on that tower, taking it down to 1010. Now we still don't have the lead yet, but we do have some damage taken off on both sides of the towers. That hog is going to give us the lead though, taking it down to a nice 386, so just a couple of fireballs away. They're going to come with the elite barbarians on the right hand side, so we're going to use our goblin gang yet again to try and counter that. He's going to zap it away, and unfortunately that elite barbarian is going to get 2 shots off, taking our tower down to 280. So at this point, we kind of figured we were going to lose that tower anyway. So we're going to go ahead and fireball out that Electro Wizard. And a perfectly placed Inferno Tower is going to distract that Royal Giant and keeping our tower alive for just a bit longer. So at this point, we're just going to be playing the waiting game, trying to build up our elixir. And we're going to try and do an Elite Barbarian push. So again, great example of the fact that the only thing that can counter the Elite Barbarians are the Elite Barbarians. So he does a great job of countering that. Unfortunately, our Elite Barbarians get pushed around a lot by that hog, and we're not able to get rid of one of those Elite Barbarians very, very quickly. So they are going to freeze the hog, kind of panicking a little bit, but we are going to be able to fireball all those troops away very, very easily. So we're going to throw down yet another Goblin Gang, trying to take everything out. That fireball I feel was planned for the witch, but we kind of screwed it up there a little bit. Just some misplaced troops. So we are going to go with yet another quad elite barbarian push, and he's going to have to spend a ton of elixir trying to combat that, and he's not going to be able to counter it. We're down to 96 health on that tower, and that hug is going to get that final shot off, giving us the 2-crown victory over them and our 3rd win of the challenge. So, as I said, I highly suggest trying to play with other people in the same room, or at least next to you on the phone. Get that communication barrier off of this game and try to work together with other people. You're going to get many more wins than if you're trying to do this with some random person, and you're going to have a lot more fun. So that's going to be it for this episode. I think we're going to be doing some different trolling decks in the future, like a quad hog deck, and seeing how that ends up working out. But anyways, like I said, that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you watched, please like and subscribe to the channel, and keep on clashing.